He's really gone.
It seems it's my lucky day. With Ruben's security man out of the picture, my work here just got much easier. Although, it's hard to believe that Lucas just tripped and died. Anyway, none of this matters now. To keep things going smoothly here, I have to stop Ruben from contacting the authorities. I must cut all communication with the outside world as soon as possible. But I'd better stay put for now. At least until this nosy journalist leaves. Can't risk making her suspicious. I guess that's my cue. First things first, I need to cut all communication with the mainland. I have to access the middle section of the satellite dish to modify the signal. Child's play, according to the tech team. I should use my multi-tool to remove. Next, I need to remove the chip in the middle. Now, I need to insert the modified chip they gave me. That takes care of one thing.
Hey, mademoiselle. What are you doing on this side of the island?
I needed some fresh air. It's not every day someone dies outside my windows.
Yeah, but you can't wait to start the weekend.
Are we even spending the rest of the weekend here? I won't be surprised if Ruben decides to cancel the gathering after what happened.
The party shouldn't end just because the security man had an accident.
So, his death's been confirmed as an accident.
And what is there to confirm? He got tripped and hit his head. End of story.
You seem very confident about what happened.
And you're overthinking it.
Why are you so certain it was an accident? You weren't even there.
I just heard people talking about it, that's all. Anyway, I'm going back inside. I'll see you at dinner.
Take care, Shahid. Something doesn't feel right here. I need to find out what happened before anyone else does. Oh, I should powder my nose before dinner. An occasion is still an occasion, no matter how grim.
Sure. Nice talking to you, Miss Saint Germain.
I'd better go before she decides to speak with me again.
I hope Lucas is in a better place.
Speak with her yet. If I want to get into the security office, I need to take a few gadgets first. I think my phone is charged. This is their idea of honoring the security man. Hilarious. A tiny world in glass. So easy to shatter. As bland as I expected from Ruben. No surprises here. Tonight's dinner promises to be... as bland. To get inside the office, I need a security man's keycard. It's probably still on him. Just a cupboard. Leaving dirty laundry for the world to...
Miss St. Germain, what brings you here?
I came to see you, Mrs. Bird. I've been worried about you.
I'm still in shock, but I'll be fine. No need to worry about me.
Oh, Shaky. I know. Lucas was like a son to you. No one should be forced to work while mourning a loved one.
Don't be silly. I'm not being forced. As a matter of fact, I insisted on doing my job. Work keeps my mind busy and helps me cope with Lucas's passing.
Poor Lucas. Such a premature death.
37 is just too young to be taken away. So many dreams left unfulfilled. You know, Lucas was saving money to buy a plot of land back in Lithuania, to build a cabin in the woods. Said he would take us all there for a winter holiday. I suppose it was foolish of me to believe it would ever happen.
I wish I had known him better. It sounds like he was such a good man.
One of the best. He'll be dearly missed. But I should probably get back to work now.
Is there anything I can do to help, Shaky?
Miss St. Germain, you're a guest here. I can't accept your help.
Please, Mrs. Bird. I insist. And between you and me, I prefer some work to keep my mind busy too.
I see. Well, if you could grab me some garlic from the fridge, it would be much appreciated.
No problem. I'll be right back. Stored in the fridge. A suitable place for someone so unremarkable. So, were you a good boy? Did you keep your keycard close? The card... I should use... Done. Better leave the card where I found it. Not to find that garlic before the housemaid gets suspicious.
Did you find it, Miss St. Germain? Thank you. If it isn't too much of a bother, could you go back to the fridge and find me...
I need some fresh air, Mrs. Bird. Seeing a dead body really turned my stomach.
Yes, of course. I understand. Thank you again. I'll go and find it myself.
That girl really thought I was going to do more work for her. Delusional. Regardless, I should use this opportunity to get into the security office. I've already... Good. For the next step, I need my phone to figure out the passcode. The last numbers in the sequence should have the warmest prints. Let's see. We found the body a little before 2 o'clock. Wolfie. He was the cause of Lucas's death. I should have realized. But it's possible to turn this to my advantage. Wolfie could be a very valuable asset, as long as no one else finds out he killed Lucas. Time for the main event. Gaining control of the system. It's a bit sad that the...
But first, let's raise a toast to Lucas Matonis, my friend and security chief. You always had my back. I wish I could have had yours. Godspeed, Lucas.
That was beautiful, Ruben. Of course, there's nothing you could have done.
Margot's right, Ruben.
And he doesn't admit that often, do you, Sam?
Welcome to Isla Esperanza, Georgiana. I trust you had a pleasant journey.
Thank you, Mr. Navarro. The trip was all right, just a bit wobbly. Truth be told, the luggage took quite a beating. I'm a bit concerned that the gift I brought you might not still be in one piece. I need my key. Where did I leave that darn thing?
Is everything all right?
I think I've lost the key to my luggage.
Oh, well, why don't we go look for it? If you dropped it somewhere on the island, I'm sure we can find it.
Don't be silly, Mr. Navarro. Who knows how long that might take? All I need is a couple of minutes and a bobby pin. I doubt Mr. Navarro would enjoy a pair of my Georgiana. Feels like I walked right into a construction site. Feels like...
I have no doubt your chosen gift will be something special. To be honest, I'm rather intrigued to see it.
Feels...
I have...
Feels like I walked...
I have...
Feels like I...
I have...
Feel...
That's lovely, Georgiana.
I figured you'd appreciate a little reminder of London.
Thank you. In my college days, I used to call my family from a booth just like this. I'll be sure to find a nice place for it.
I hope it'll suit this fancy mansion. Has it been your residence for long?
Getting close to 8 years now. As you can see, the place needs urgent renovations. A massive storm hit us a couple of weeks ago. It caused some serious damage. Thankfully, the renovations are due to be completed next month, right on time to welcome our guests.
Who are you expecting?
Famous celebrities and scientists, to mention a few.
Wow, sounds like a fancy dinner party.
Oh no, nothing that extravagant.
I'll make sure I'm up to speed with my duties by then. Can't have you looking shabby in front of the guests after all.
No need to put so much pressure on yourself, Georgiana. Take it one step at a time.
Why is he so kind to someone like me? Seems too good to be true. Oh, don't you worry, Mr. Navarro. I do my best work under pressure. For me, it's just a matter of being prepared. So how many guests are we expecting?
At this stage, only Dr. Catherine Bennett and Janet Lim have confirmed their attendance.
Wait, are we talking about Dr. Cat, the astrophysics scientist, and Miss Lim, the novelist?
Indeed, they are among my dearest friends.
Oh my, some of the most influential people of the year will be visiting us. How exciting. Do you mind if I ask you? How did you end up meeting Miss Lim? Her novels were my only escape from the reality of my previous job.
You certainly weren't alone. It's a well-known fact that Janet's readers frequently get totally immersed in her worlds. But when I met her back at Stanford, she was yet to become the best-selling author she is today. At the time, I was researching alchemy practices during the Middle Ages and needed a mentor. My coordinator recommended Janet as the best expert on medieval studies on the campus.
I guess her knowledge ended up being used in more than just her novels.
Absolutely. Janet was a magnificent researcher and a patient mentor. We had a lot in common. I vividly remember the long hours we spent talking in University Cafe.
Birds of a feather flock together, don't they?
Indeed they do. Meeting up with Janet at the cafe turned into a tradition for us. As a matter of fact, in that same cafe, I got to read the manuscript for Janet's first novel.
The Magician of the Constant. You're very lucky, Mr. Navarro.
I guess I am. To this day, Janet still sends me all her manuscripts to review.
Oh my. Any chance you could let me take a look at them too?
I'd be happy to show them to you, but not without Janet's approval. I can introduce you to her next month. We'll talk about it then.
Marvelous. I look forward to the party. But I'm a bit worried, Mr. Navarro. Won't your guests mind someone like me cleaning their rooms?
They trust my judgment and know that I only hire people I have faith in. Besides, you've already paid your debts to society.
Paid in full, plus extra, if you ask me.
I imagine your time spent locked away was a harsh experience.
That was the most wicked time I have ever experienced. The mark prison left on me is something that I'll never forget.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Don't get me wrong, Mr. Navarro. I deserved that punishment. I just hoped for a fresh start after prison, but it wasn't that simple. People tend to dwell on the past.
It's irrational how society can often be less forgiving than the law itself.
Oh, people didn't care if I'd already paid for my wrongdoings. The judgment never stopped. No one would give me a job. Yet everyone called me a layabout for not working. A paradox, if you ask me. It was only thanks to my sister that I managed to get a housekeeping position at the Anglican boarding college. But even that didn't last long.
Because of him, right?
Yes, Nigel Warren. That scoundrel blackmailed me into resigning and going to work for him instead.
Such a rotten individual. I can't forgive him for what he did to you and my employees.
So many have suffered at the hands of that monster. It was such a relief when I finally got away from him. I guess I owe that to you, Mr. Navarro. There's no need for secrecy. I know it was you who freed me from Nigel's grasp.
After what you did for me, Georgiana, I felt obliged to.
Please, that's nothing compared to whatever miracle you had to pull off to get me out. I bet it's quite a story, though. I'd love to hear it one day.
Why not today? But it would be better if we continued our conversation inside.
Listen to him play like that. It's almost criminal to disturb him, but duty calls. Ruben's musical prowess. I can't wait. I can't wait for Ruben. Good morning.
Morning, Portia.
I got a call from the government of Sweden. They're asking for an update on the bio-research collaboration agreement.
I've already signed it.
Perfect. I will send it back to Prime Minister Lindgren at once.
Thank you, Portia. Please let her know that I'm very excited to start working with them. We will do incredible things together.
You could tell her that in person when you meet her again.
You're absolutely right. We should invite Prime Minister Lindgren to our next gathering on the island. And honestly, I'd love to get to know one of your friends.
My relationship with Anna Lindgren is strictly professional.
That wasn't the sentiment she conveyed when we spoke. She seemed rather fond of you.
Her fondness only extends as far as it benefits her. She wouldn't think twice about turning on me if it worked to her advantage. Things used to be different between us. I truly looked up to Anna. She sounded like someone who wanted to improve people's lives. But deep down, Anna has always been like any other bureaucrat in that cabinet.
Why did you push for us to reach an agreement with Lindgren then?
I knew how important access to Sweden's archive of classified bio-research would be for your project. And if striking a deal with a corrupt official is what it takes to get it, I'd do it again.
Corrupt? You shouldn't throw accusations like that around. Portia, what truly happened between you two?
She gave me a wake-up call about the world we live in. During the elections, I was an intern in her office and stumbled upon some confidential files. Those documents were evidence that Anna was blackmailing members of parliament. Unsurprisingly, they all voted for her as prime minister.
I never heard anything about this.
Naturally, you wouldn't have known. Anna destroyed all the evidence before I could take it to the authorities. She then threatened to ruin my career if I dared to speak out about what I saw. I did it anyway, and let me assure you, I have no regrets.
If you exposed her, why is Lindgren still in office?
An intern without proof speaking out against a prime minister? Please, no one cared. Of course, Parliament could have requested further investigation. But why bother when their hands were as dirty as Anna's?
Sadly, that's just the way it is in a lot of places.
But not here.
Is that why you decided to come work with me?
I've been following your work for a long time, since before I became an intern for Anna. By your side, I know I can make a real difference. More than I ever could as a politician.
I truly couldn't have found a better assistant.
Excuse me? I found you. I was the one who kept showing up at your office until you gave me a job.
And I'm glad you did. I don't know what I would do without you.
Exactly. Now go get ready. You have 20 minutes until the call with the Mumbai branch. And in the meantime, I'll make sure to get the agreement sent back to Lindgren.
Thank you. It's on the table in the study.
There's a certain... Given how much traveling... This lamb... I don't... And of course, there's nothing on the table. For his sake, I hope it's in one of the table drawers. I don't really care for art. I won't find... I'm a maid. Ruben deserves some pride. I'm a maid. I don't really care for... Left it on the desk, he said. What is this? Lim, what the hell does she want with Ruben?
Dear Ruben, you're probably wondering why I haven't sent you the manuscript of my next novel yet. The truth is, I won't be sending it to you this time.
Good. Finally, Ruben won't have to waste any more time reading that pointless garbage.
I appreciate your feedback over the years, but I don't think it's necessary any longer. Nowadays, I can barely squeeze a word out. I'm not sure why. Perhaps the secrets I carry with me finally started weighing on me. All I know is that I can't keep it to myself anymore. I can't continue denying my feelings for you.
Seriously, could she be any more pathetic? Oh god, there's more.
Ruben, since the day we met, I felt there was something special about you. I loved all the time we spent together at the university library. Not to mention our long chats at the cafe nearby. They had the best coffee in the world, remember? You have no idea how much I miss those times. Life was much simpler back then, but after graduation, I isolated myself, thinking that my work was more important. After a while, I realized I didn't want to be by myself, and Jax was there to fill the void. But things between us have been complicated for quite some time now. I lost count of how many times we broke up and got back together. We were never on the same page in our relationship. I guess it's because, deep down, I always wanted to be with someone else. I know it isn't fair to Jax, but as much as I care for him, I can't see us spending the rest of our lives together. It's you who I want to be with. So I will end this letter by saying this. Ruben Navarro, you are my best friend, my confidant, my love.
In your dreams, Lim. Ruben has more important things to care about than your immature feelings. I will not let you ruin him, even if it's the last thing I do.